What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So guys, here in this particular space where we talk a lot about black male issues, we are pretty much castigated as the toxic group in the black community. We are the ones who are allegedly abusing people, abusing women, disrespecting the families, and that sort of stuff. And guys, to be honest, that can happen. All right, we're going to be honest. We've seen it coming up. We've seen it maybe in our own personal lives. But what is left out of the story is the possible role that many black women play into such relationships. A lot of abuse towards black women, it gets put out there or exposed to a greater market, especially in the American media. But when the opposite occurs, nobody really talks about it. And the reason is that many men are ashamed. If you go to the police and tell people that, your wife is beating you or your wife is hitting you, even police officers, some of them can laugh. Like, oh man, what do you mean your wife is, hitting you? Like, you can't defend yourself. You're just a woman, right? But the reality is that a lot of men suffer from not only just physical abuse, because they've been taught under no circumstances should you ever hit a woman. They also suffer from emotional abuse, verbal abuse, women talking down to them. And many guys have accepted this fate for many years. All right. And when you look at some of these ladies that have a lot of these, kind of high powered professions, you'd be surprised that many of these women could possibly take part in such behaviors. And today we are talking about this particular prosecutor, Kim Foxx. Now, she is the Illinois state prosecutor for the city of Chicago, a very powerful attorney, powerful sister. Okay. And obviously, she's been doing very well for a long time and things like that. But she caught her husband making some suspicious posts on Facebook. All right. Basically, maybe he was a little bit too flirty or he had liked some posts and things like that. Now, let me just talk about this. I can understand that. People can definitely do things to disrespect the relationships, especially black men. All right. Now, I don't know the details of what's going on in their relationship and that's who's right or who's wrong. I'm not sure. But, if she confronted him with this information and he was doing such a thing, it's wrong. He's married. He's been married to this woman for a long time. However, this particular brother, okay, who is a public policy manager by the name of Kelley, his wife slapped him in the face. Okay. Now she's 50. He's 48. Now I want you guys to understand that typically when a woman could be a little bit older, they are close in age, but that could definitely happen. Okay. So she slapped him. He got tired of her. She called the cops on her ass. All right. This is the Illinois state prosecutor. Okay. And now she admitted that, okay, she did kind of push on him and stuff like that. But she never slapped him. Okay. Because she asked him to leave the house. He didn't want to leave. And when, that happened, basically she said leave. He got ready to leave. She blocked him from leaving. And that's true. Women definitely do that. I've been in a situation too. She says leave or you saw him go. Here she is blocking the goddamn door so you can't go, and she start throwing his stuff, start throwing his video game controllers and things like that. Then she got over there and slapped the hell out of him. He called the cops. Okay. Now she want to act like she didn't do it. Here's what I want to say. Hell yeah, she did it. She slapped the shit out of him like Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I believe it. You want to know why I believe it? Because she never thought he was going to call the cops on her ass. And guess what? It ain't the first time she probably did that. Let me tell you black men something under the sound of my voice. You guys got to stop feeling bad or less than a man if your wife or your long-term girlfriend is disrespecting you or putting her hands on you. I'm just going to be real. I know guys who had this done to them many times. Sleeping on the couch. All right, you're in a sexless marriage. Now this guy looks 48, but he still looks like he's a younger brother. He could go out there and deal with somebody else. She don't look bad, but not so much. All right. So she kind of feeling that, you know, the wall is near. So what she want to do is pull rank. All right. And if it ever gets to this situation where you got to put your hands on somebody to defend yourself, or they gonna put their hands on you, it's time for you to go. Now, I do know they've been married for a long time, 20 years, and probably they'll be able to, you know, get that back straight. So I'm just saying, but they got 20 years in the game. Some of you guys, you experiencing this within 6 months, a year? Oh, hell no. 20 years is something different. We done been through some things together over 20 years. We got kids together, and even the kids was, you know, on her side talking about they didn't see nothing. They saw it. All right. They just heard some commotion. They saw it. All right. So if this starts happening, guys, listen, you got too much to lose. Everybody can make a mistake, but how the mistake is handled is the most important. Do not put your hands on me. I don't care who you are. Put your hands on me, it's gonna be some real serious problems. Serious problems. So before we get to that, I'm gonna just leave. And guys, we gotta be able to have people who feel like they need to communicate, because the thing is this: too many of our sisters, despite their academic success, many of them have still not understood that you usually cannot whoop no man. We're gonna be real. Some of y'all with the right training and things like that can do that. But most women can't beat the average man. The average woman just can't whoop the average man like that. You'll get it every now and then, it might happen, but usually it's not gonna happen. So the problem is that if that man decides that he wants to retaliate or defend himself, and he actually treats you like you treating him, all of a sudden you crying out on the floor, you can't believe it. Oh, he not here. He's a phony man for that. Well, why are you putting your hands on him, boo? And it shows me that they've had some other problems, which is going to happen in 20 years. There are some other issues going on in the relationship that maybe it has not been going down. Obviously, she's a professional. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you're a professional brother, right? You have a wife that is a professional lady that's a prosecutor. She got to have her masculinity game on all the time. She's a prosecutor. She sends people to jail. That's going to be hard for a woman in that type of environment to come home and then want to be a nice housewife, because she's out there, like, you know, she's ending people's careers every single day. All right. Some of you guys got to understand what kind of life you want and what kind of wife you want, and how much money you need to make that happen. Maybe you a public policy manager and might bring in $120,000 a year, but maybe you don't want your wife working 15 hours a day as a prosecutor, because she's gonna be stressed out all the goddamn time, and she gonna quite naturally, it's not gonna be favorable to you. Look at the kind of job that she does. A woman that's a cop, a woman that is a chief of police. She can't be playing no games with nobody. So some of you guys got to look at what kind of career these women are in before you start dealing with them. And again, how much money do you need to make to have the kind of woman that you want when you want her? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.